ridiculous way. So, I mean, like, there is enough firepower here to really blast through the bracket again, Laz. And we are seeing them on Ascent today. So, I mean, I feel like Ascent has been the flavor of the month, the last 3 months, really, because everyone loves it. So, I mean, I'm expecting to see a relatively normal agent comp here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I'm kind of curious if anything is going to be different. I mean, we already see the omens are going to be used, but I was kind of expecting maybe a brimstone. But I think in a map like Ascent, I mean, with the distance and just how well spread out this map is, really the omen is still the better and the favorite pick. But Bossy kind of, doing a little bit of a hover over Yoru. I'm a little bit curious. I would love to see some Yoru action here today. But so far, everything is looking pretty good. And honestly, from the Penguin Sledding slot, I really like the Breach. I mean, I definitely think Breach is really undervalued. I mean, and a lot of people say Breach is highly picked, but I still think they can be utilized a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I kind of hope they don't go for the flash and dash style pushes onto site, just because we've seen that a lot, and I feel like a lot of players have adapted to that already. You know, we do see the Jet and the Breach, so we might see a little bit of it. I just hope they don't overuse it, because I feel like a team like Penguin Sledding would be able to turn around and really punish that flash and dash style of play. So if they, sprinkle it here and there with some, I don't know, just like in a round that you wouldn't expect it, or like if they're up on a round, like a gun round, maybe they can really utilize it there. But other than that, I really hope they kind of give us some innovations here with the Breach, with the Jet, and that Killjoy as well. So we could see some pretty awesome stuff coming out from that. I do like the Breach pick as well. But we're just going to have to see. Vision Strikers really did a lot for Breach, so we'll see how they handle this one.
I knew Bossy was just playing games. It looks like Raze was picked at the very last second, so you know what? That will do.
Yeah.
Hopefully some showstoppers will stop the show here for Penguin Sledding, but wait no longer. It is semifinals here with Choice and Laz here in the semifinals. Pugstars versus Penguin Sledding, and here we go. Already starting things off very hot. Bossy going to be taking a lot of damage against the attackers and already pushing in here, Choice. Look at this. They're just coming in hot and heavy already.
My gosh, this is absolutely insane. Picking up a lot of guns. There's a ton of utility being used in this situation. Now Penguin Sledding have the site in their hands. It's all theirs. And now Pugstars, it's just Derek with a ghost and a dream, I guess you could say. Hoping to get maybe a little bit of damage with the shock dart, but not going to get much from there. Penguin Sledding really rolled into this one nice and quickly. So, yeah, that's a nice fun round to start us off there, Les.
Yeah, I really like the aggression from Penguin Sledding. The fact that they were just able to push through B main like that and really just didn't let go of the gas at all. I mean, they just committed to that. They didn't even care that the paint shells were coming their way, so they wanted to go for it, and it was a nice clean round. They only lost one person on their squad, so they only lost to Sova. But regardless, almost a flawless round from Penguin Sledding. And if that's the way they're going to be playing this Ascent, I mean, whoo boy, I think, that spice is really going to be extra spicy.
Oh, absolutely. You saw the lane flash from Scrounge. I mean, that's one good thing that I love about Omen. I mean, we still see Omen predominantly in almost every single composition here in the Valorant Sunday Showdown so far. I mean, a lot of people like to kind of be a little safe here at the Valorant Sunday Showdown. It is a best of one throughout the entire playoffs, so they like to play it a little safe. And those lane flashes from Omen are just so dang good, and so are these headshots. My goodness.
What a great start from Bossy. I mean, the fact that, able to take down somebody and also do a little bit of damage, that those paint cannons, I was talking about that. I mean, they do so much, and it just pushes back that attack. And look at this. They actually are going to hesitate a little bit more, so now we push back into B lobby, so they're not going to be able to get that control into the site like they were hoping for, but they can still wait things out. They don't need to rush things. There's still a minute left on the clock here, Choice. I mean, options are completely endless for them right now.
Oh yeah, tons of options. It is still it's still for a one for one right now. 4v4 right now between Pugstars and Penguin Sledding here in the semifinals. And they've already given us a show, Laz, and I'm really excited about this. They're doing the best they can with what they have right now. I mean, they kind of do have this force by in hand, and Pugstars have done a fantastic job so far, kind of staving them off. And this is the moment, Laz, where they have to commit to this site. There's nothing else they can do. Clint does pick it off for Hante, and there it is. It's 2v4. Never mind, make it a 4v nothing as Penguin Sledding finish it off in a nice little clean sweep there.
Yeah, that was a really good play from Penguin Sledding. I mean, the fact that they were able to just fall back, and Pugstars, they didn't do anything where they pushed up mid or try to do any counter aggression. So they really just held the ground, which was a little bit of a flaw from their point. But Penguin Sledding, they were able to just go all the way back, push into A, pretty much no issues whatsoever. But now the big test, once again, it's going to be full rifles here available for Pugstars. The bonus again for Penguin Sledding. So we'll have to see if they're going to go for this full B push once more. It looks like they're grouped up again, so they're just going to go for this execute time and time again here, leaving it up to Bossy. Hazard already going to creep on through, does have the Bucky, but not able to win that exchange. It's going to be Bossy. He's going to be like a boss, just shutting down 3 already here, Choice. Just taking down these attackers.
Oh my goodness, beautiful play from Bossy there. That's exactly what we needed to see from the Pugstars here. They're down 0-2. This is a bonus round for Penguin Sledding, but still, Moonblue trying to get as much done as possible is going to be taken down by Rahante, and a beautiful play and hold from Pugstars, and that's what I'm talking about. I mean, they tried to do the flash and dash 3 times in a row. A fast push on the B. I mean, now Pugstars have flipped the script. They know what's going to happen, and now Penguin Sledding are going to have to pull out some other plays from their playbook here and hopefully not do another B push again. And I feel like Pugstars are actually ready for it. You see 3 members of Pugstars on the side of A, ready for a different push from Penguin Sledding. They know that they stopped them this time, but I think Penguin Sledding are doing the right thing by taking or attempting to take mid here.
That's a perfect shock dart. I mean, that landed right on top of Hazard's head, and that's 65 already. Already down to 65 HP.
Wow.
Hasn't even been able to creep through the map at all, and now they finally able to get through mid-bottom into market. Very close on buy, but it is going to be Bossy just on the other side of this dart cover. So Bossy needs to win this exchange, but not going to be able to. So Hazard able to pick up a frag, and that's a good way to get things started here. Moonbloom trying to find something with the Hunter's Fury. Now they've been able to achieve that mid control, so they have a lot of options that they can go for. This is now putting Pugstars in a little bit of a bind because they're going to have to just play a little bit more anchored. But Derek might try to go aggressive, but Moon is just able to find another.
Oh, but look at this push from Denya. Might actually get a beautiful pick with the utility out in hand, and there it is. Moonblue is going to go down. They're going to have to take B side here, but it's just Rahante holding off on the B side, but there are tons of members of Penguin Sledding. This is going to be intense, and there it is. Scrounge is going to take down Rahante. They have the site in hand, but there is a lot of health lost on the side of Penguin Sledding, but still 2 Pugstars left over. It's Denya and it's the Omen. They're going to have to push in pretty hard here, and they're going to have to win their gun duels, because if they don't, this is going to be a quick and easy round for Penguin Sledding.
Flash actually going to come through, and that's a very good time on the flash, and even Hazard able to utilize that flash from his teammate, so he's able to come from the back lines, takes the head of Denya, and even now nerfed. He's down to 73 HP. It's just down to him on a 1-on-4 situation. This is all about survival. Just try to keep this rifle alive as long as possible, but you can already see the Jets close on by. Knife out, but it's going to be nerfed. He's going to be able to find it, so they know exactly where he is, but he should be able to survive this, and this is now the hunt here for Penguin Sledding.
Yeah, this was a really nice round from Penguin Sledding. I mean, although they did lose a lot of health, a couple of members, due to some just timing, really. Pugstars had some fantastic timing there. I mean, caught Moonblue out with the utility in hand, the bow in hand. But other than that, I mean, Penguin Sledding are looking nice and clean so far, although they did have to kind of change some of their tactics up from the first 3 rounds. They're doing it in a good way, in a big way. They're winning rounds. It's 3-1 up against Pugstars. And the only round they really lost, Laz, was the bonus round. And so this is a good place for them to be right now.
Get out of my way!
This is a really good place right now for Penguin Sledding. So it does look like they are going to play that buddy system once again. They're actually going to try to go for the full execute into A. So it is going to be Hazard with the Blaze Storm. He's going to have to be the person that finds these frags. He's going to have to make the difference. He has to be the playmaker. And right now, a little bit of hesitation, just creeping underneath on the rafters. Still waiting things out. Verdante going to be just on the other side here. Has the Spectre in hand. They're going to be able to push in this site. They don't have the spike actually advanced in there, but instead they're going to bring it back. So they're actually going to fall back a little bit. What on earth is that? How does that work? That's a spam choice.
I have no idea, but you see something like that and you just wonder how many hours has this player put into this game to really realize like pathing and stuff like that. I mean, he just like started running out of hell and he just kind of spammed through it. That's perfect positioning from Rahante. You'd love to see stuff like that. And now it is a 5v4 situation in the favor of Pugstars. But look at this, once again getting caught out with the util in hand. Hyun now has the site in hand, but it is Rahante again, all by himself on the site. He is going to be taken down, and there it is. Once again, a 2v4 situation in the favor of Penguin Sledding.
Penguin Sledding just able to hold down the placement out there, trying to go for the big spam Marino, not able to find anything yet. The HP is low. I believe that's going to be the Jet that's underneath, but or the Sova, my apologies. So now both players trying to find something. Denya down to 22 HP. Needs to find something with the Blade Storm, needs to get that opening duel, needs to just find some real estate, but not able to. Derek able to help him out a little bit. Derek able with 2 more, getting a little bit shot here with the turret. It's just doing so much damage. It's a big nuisance for Sir, and now Derek's just trying to find something, but now he's just baiting things out. He's just going to try to get the guns down, but it will be Clint to make it 4-1. And Penguin Sledding, they are just sledding through this game very quickly.
Oh my gosh. Sledding through indeed. Hyun on top, 6-1-3, looking crispy, but same with Moon Blue, 6-4-0. I mean, it's looking really nice for Penguin Sledding right now, and I gotta say, I gotta give it to them. I mean, they knew the turret was shooting at the member up in heaven, right? I mean, if it were me, I would have swung. I would have swung hard and probably died. But they had the patience of a saint.
Choice. This is why.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's why they're in the Valorant Sunday Showdown and I'm not. I'm good at talking, not good at playing.
The one thing I really want to, note is the Bossy is it's really shutting down this aggression from Penguin Sledding. I mean, the fact that he's able to just push on through, no fear whatsoever. You can even see they're just pushed all the way back into lobby, so they have no control at all of the map. They're finally getting themselves inside of mid. They still have plenty of time. They still have the best inventory available for them right now. But really, Pugstars, they're just playing very aggressive, and it is seeming to work very well in the early part of the rounds.
Yeah, it is, but it's just those 3 takes. Penguin Sledding are having a fantastic, I mean, just a killer night of holding their sights. Their post plants are looking crispy. They're looking really nice. And but this time it seems like Pugstars have really pushed them back and not allowing, I don't know, just not allowing Pugstars to keep a sight in their hands. And yeah, I mean, we'll have to see in this round here, Laz, but it's looking like a nice big A push. Nerfed is here, though. We're probably going to see a beautiful lane flash with that paranoia. Here it is, Nerfed with a beautiful shot on the Scrouch.
Start things off, and that's actually going to be the spike that's dropped, so only 15 seconds remaining. They finally get it up. Hunter's Fury going to be used, but there's going to be now a little bit of back and forth, a little bit of connection, but Moon, he's actually going to fall, and Derek, he's able to use that Hunter's Fury. So now that's a thrifty round from Pugstars. They're able to pick it up. They didn't have much in the inventory. They didn't have much available for them, but they definitely pull it through. So that's a big round for them in terms of victory. Now only 2 rounds behind here from tying things up.
That's something we really needed to see, Laz. We needed to see Pugstars really utilize a good ultimate, retake a site, I mean, and do it in a big way. And that's exactly what we need to see. We saw that Hunter's Fury come out and take down the spike planner, and that was just a beautiful, beautiful retake from Pugstars. And now look, they're up, or not up, but they're up another round from 1-4. So 2-4 is feeling a little bit better, I would say, Laz.
Yeah, things are looking a little bit better here for Pugstars. Starting to get their rhythm a little bit more. Drone going to be able to make that connection onto Denya. Actually gets taken down. So with the recon bolt landing on him, it was just easy to find him that X-ray vision. So Nerfed going to be caught out. It doesn't matter though. The paranoia lands on top of him, but he's still going to be able to frag out. He's looking for a little bit more. Shock darts are coming through. Dart cover going to be used. But it will be the Omen on Omen going in favor for Penguin Sledding. So now one player going to be inside the site. It is going to be the Cypher. He needs to come alive. He needs to shut this down a little bit longer. Cyber Cage, but no, it's going to be Moon. And that's going to be all blue here for Pugstars because all of a sudden now it's just down to Derek.
Oh, man. Derek does have the Odin in hand, could actually get this done. 1v3 situation with the Odin. Is going to get flash pointed, but there it is. Clint coming around the corner is going to take him down. And my goodness, what another good round from Penguin Sledding. I mean, just like you said earlier, lads, they are sledding through this, looking crispy. I mean, hey, you got to feel good when you're coming in to the Valorant Sunday Showdown. I mean, like, I haven't really seen, personally, much from Penguin Sledding, but then again, I took last week off, so there's that. And so it's nice to see them punching their way through the playoff bracket, all the way up in semifinals, looking nice, especially against last week's winners, Pugstars.
I really do like the way that they're playing Ascent so far. I mean, they seem to just go for a 3-person system. They try to get that map control early on. They're not scared to bring these gunfights. But even now, look at Bossy. He was playing at B before, and he's still going to be on the other side of the map. He's just becoming a big nuisance here for Penguin Sledding. They're not able to win those frags against each other. So Pugstars, they're going to have the player advantage. Yep, 4-on-3 situation. 3 ultimates still available here for Penguin Sledding. So options could be available. Nerfed. Trying to make something with the puck keep, but it will be his teammate to help him out. So he's going to be able to pick up a free rifle now, only leaving it to 2. They still have plenty of smokes. A little bit of options here, Choice. It's not over yet.
No, it's not. Scrounge has been kind of popping off here, but now they're kind of splitting off. I think he was trying to get that trying to get that smoke push frag through there, but now they are going to be spotted out by this recon dart, and it's looking pretty dire for the Penguins now. Pugstars looking to put a stop to their momentum, and this is what I'm talking about. Amazing util usage from Pugstars here is really keeping Penguin Sledding at bay from pushing onto the site.
I have this fight.
That's a big play. I mean, he was trying to find something, but no, going to be spammed away. Jonte able to take him down. Penguin Sledding, like I mentioned, they put on the pressure early on in the game, early on in the round, but it just seems like Pugstars, they're able to just get that mid-round control and really just flip things around now. Back and forth we go, 3-5. Should be another gun round coming through for Penguin Sledding, but I'm curious if they want to try to go back for that B hit, try to burn that utility a little bit here from Pugstars. I mean, that was working in the beginning, but man, they got to have another strategy. And the one thing we noticed that they've been doing well is that they're taking mid control. Every time they get market control, it just allows them to have more options for an execute.
Nowhere to run.
Yeah, absolutely. And now fishing a little bit with this Hunter's Fury, not going to catch anything at the moment. Going to send in a lot of utility here, actually kind of burn it to allow Hazard to get onto the backside here, but is pushing through the smoke a little slow, and he was not punished for it. And there it is, Hazard taking down Denian, now has a gun in hand, takes down, oh my goodness, Rahante, and there it is, Bossy TV getting the trade out, sending in some util himself, and there, okay, I gotta calm down because there's still more. This is a 2v3 situation, Laz, and my brain is absolutely on fire from the amount of util usage from these two teams. This is a semifinals match that you always hope for as a caster, as a TO. I mean, amazing teams coming up head-to-head right now, Laz. It is a 1v2 situation, and oh my goodness! Bossy with a 3K and the defuse! This is exactly what I'm talking about! My goodness, that spray transfer was disgusting!
Oh my god, Bossy! This guy does it like a boss. I mean, 11-7. He is single-handedly just bringing up the frags right now for Pugstars. And he was in the most exposed position ever. And the fact that he was able to just take on 2 duels like that, absolutely filthy.
Monstrous spray transfer, man. I mean, I don't even know what to say after that one, Laz, because it's got to feel good if you're Bossy, you know? You hit the spray transfer, it's probably even kind of an accidental, even though, I mean, you saw like how crisp that spray transfer was. The flick of the mouse, it just looked so nice. But still, when you hit those, you just kind of sit back and like, okay, I can do stuff like that every once in a while.
Oh man, that's so demoralizing as well for Penguin Sledding. I mean, the fact they had the spike in good control, they had the one player that was in A main, and the other player that was just sitting right by the door. I mean, they had it perfectly. They had to just peek at the same time. They just, were able to get that trade. It's just the split second where, I mean, Bossy, he just does the unthinkable and completely annihilates, I mean, these players. And now they're only one round away from tying things up. Denya does have the op, and we've seen Denya with an operator. And definitely that is a very interesting recipe. So we'll have to see if Denya can bring something to the table this round. But it does look like we have a pause and we're just waiting things out. But either way, I mean, Choice, what would we, want to see a little bit different here from Penguin Sledding?
I mean, they did start off with those B main hits like over and over again. They burned a ton of utility. They were, I mean, you saw how they were using it. I mean, it was a really expensive round for them in round 1 and 2. And I mean, it worked out for them as much as it did. But now it seems like Pugstars, like I was saying, are starting to kind of catch on to what they're doing. And I feel like they're purposely giving away mid. Pugstars is purposely giving away mid, but setting themselves up to really punish any push from the Penguins. So, because look at this, Denya, once again, hanging out with this operator, and that's exactly what you wanted to see there, Laz. A beautiful shot with the operator, and that's exactly what you got.
That's a big frag. I mean, we talk about impact frags, and that is one of them. I mean, the fact that the Jet from Penguin Sledding had the Bladestorm used, so the ultimate was ready to go, relying on the Jet to find that first frag and trying to win that exchange. But no, it actually is going to go in favor for Pugstars, and that's a really good start for them because now they can reposition themselves. They can play a little bit more passive. They can get in better positions and really anticipate where these attackers are going to come from. Well, right now, it is going to be a 3-1 split, so 3 players are going to come through tree, and 1 player going to be coming through A main. This Dark Cover now going to be blocking off the Cypher. Nerf going to be close on by. Both these players making a little bit of noise, trying to make something. Scrounge going to be getting caught with the shock dart, but no issues whatsoever. Spike going to finally get planted, but Rajante looking for double, looking for a little bit more now. It's only 2 players remaining, and only making it 1. The Sheriff and the Dream, and that Dream is not going to happen because now we have ourselves a 5-5 game here, Choice.
Oh my goodness. That's what I'm talking about. They yielded mid. They just allowed them to take it and make them feel comfortable, honestly, in their positioning. But there it was, Denya with the operator denying any sort of push, denying the knives from Hazard, and that's just like you said, that impact frag that they needed. And then they absolutely demolished any sort of push from mid. And I mean, Penguin Sledding, they're gonna have to find another way to push through some of the main portions like B main, A main, or something like that, get some of those really high impact frags, and then push into the site and maybe have 1 lurking mid. But I mean, other than that, I don't know. I mean, these players are way better than I am, and it's definitely showing. But look at this. Gets a little bit of damage out. Laz, this match is pretty darn spicy.
Yeah, we were talking about a spicy VCS. I mean, today, I mean, this is definitely showing why. And now even Denya getting a little bit more adventurous, trying to make an early pick again, but no, gonna have to fall back. And this is the right play from Pugstars. I mean, they're trying to get those opening exchanges, and then they can just, like I said, they can reposition themselves. But right now, Penguin Sledding, they're going to be pushed back in middle, going to be able to get this market control, like you mentioned, should be able to creep on through. They do have the Cypher traps. They have some information available as well, that Sentinel. And he's actually playing towards the spawn. You can see he knows all his tripwires have been taken down. Camera going to be able to get some information. So now they know it could potentially be a B split right now here, Choice.
Yeah, and if they could actually get a pick from CT, one of the members that are in CT, they might actually be able to really have full control of this B site. They are going to have to run into 2 of the members, but there it is. The Rolling Thunder is going to come out, and the smokes as well. And here it is, Hazard going right up into the face of Denya. It's going to be taken down by Derek, but here it is, the Odin spraying down the members of Penguin Sledding. And my goodness, Derek single-handedly holding down this B site, but there it is, Scrounge getting a little bit better, getting a little bit antsy, and there it is, a 3K for Scrounge. I mean, he was by himself. What a beautiful play.
Very big attempt from Pugstars to hold things down. Derek being that lone player in the back of Boathouse. You saw he had the Odin. He was just spamming away. He was just trying to just burn time as much as possible. But Penguin Sledding come a little bit alive now. Some response back. They keep this lead only by 1. They only have the ultimate available for the Omen. So the closest player is going to be Moon. He's 2 orbs away that he can get the Hunter's Fury. But they do have the Neural Theft available here for Pugstars. So if they want to get a little bit aggressive, they can try to go for it. If they get that early exchange, they can get that information right away.
Yeah, absolutely. They're really trying to get as much information as possible. But I gotta say, Pugstars have been doing a fantastic job of holding this tree area here. But there goes the flashpoint and the paranoia. I mean, the amount of blinds that are coming out from Penguin Sledding is insane. It is a 4v4 right now. Nerf trying to get something done, but Scrounge is going to be able to take him down. And there it is, a 3v3, a 3v2, 1v3. My goodness, Clint, it's all up to you. He has tons of utility. He's going to be able to use it, but no, Rahante is just too dang good. Gets the headshot onto Clint. And there it is, another round to tie it up at the half, 6-6. Pugstars and Penguin Sledding are really giving us a show here, Laz.
Right down to the wire, 6-6. So, gonna be switching things over to the second half, like we talked about here today. I mean, the Frenzy meta has definitely been changed a little bit, so we do see the classic. We see a couple ghosts that are gonna be in the hands for some of these players. A little bit of light armor now, not from every single player. Keeping the flashes here for the breach for Penguin Sledding, which is going to be very useful for them. Curious now, what is Pugstars' strat? I mean, do they have, do they just want to go for full aggro and just try to go for those duels and they're feeling it a little bit more? Or do they have some tricks? Do they have some strats that we don't know about here, Choice?
We will definitely have to see. Look at this recon dart. It might actually catch a couple of players out from here. Just outside of, oh my gosh, how did Hazard get all the way up there? He's pushing in crazy far. Moonblue sends in a lot of utility here, and he's going to have to because the push from Pugstars is absolutely relentless. And now they're sending in the Owl Drone, and that's the A side for them now. Rahante making a little bit of noise here in the mid, takes a little damage, gives out a little damage, and there it is. A site is all Pugstars. Penguin Sledding, we're going to have to retake this, but it's still a 5v4 situation in the favor of Pugstars, so I don't know how they get out of this, Laz.
We can see right now they're doing a bit of a split, so Tree and also Raptors, but Moon, he has to win this frag, but oh, he's going to be able to. That dash from Denya, it doesn't land the way he wants it to. He's not able to win that exchange against Derek, and that's going to be Derek coming alive with 3. Now Pugstars, they go for the wide swing out of the smoke. 2 of them are low, but they're going to be able to take that pistol and now taking the lead. So it allows them to go for the SMG purchase if they want, but it actually looks like Bossy, like we said, he's been fragging out pretty hard here today, and now he's going to bring that Phantom out. He's looking for a little bit of farming here, Choice.
Oh yeah, yeah, he is. I love the force from Penguin Sledding. I mean, they've got the guts, they've got the aim. They could totally do this. I mean, we've seen them do some crazy things in the first half, and now Pugstars are gonna have to really push. Oh my gosh, did you see that quick push from Hazard down mid? I mean, he got himself all the way into B main, past tiles, and I mean, if Pugstars were there, that would have been a really a really bad place for them to be.
Very bad place indeed. I mean, even now, Hazard, they need to be hazardous material because he's going to have to push on through, but no. Reach, creeping on through, looking for a little bit of spam, actually doing some good damage. Able to take down into the red here for Pugstars. So now they're going to be able to push on 2 players on the top. Going to be spotted a little bit by the Recon Bolt. Trying to push on in, but Hazard just going to be able to spray for 1. Not going to be able for the second now. It's just going to be a cleanup. Pugstars, the post plant works out phenomenally, and now 2 rounds of the lead. And this is where Penguin Sledding, they don't have a lot of money. They went for the force, like you said. So they're going to have to just go for the Sheriff Ghost purchase and just see what they can make work of now.
Yeah, I mean, with some of the changes to the econ as well as the prices of guns, I mean, we saw the price of the Stinger go up, the Frenzy go up. I mean, it was only by 100 credits, so it's not anything crazy, but still, that 100 credits could mean the difference between, I don't know, a piece of util, maybe some shields. And so some of the, I don't know. Oh my goodness, Rahante But I don't know. I mean, just some of the difference is crazy, and you could see it. Pugstars looking on top of it right now, taking out Scrounge, and once again, 5v2. Pugstars. This is a totally different team from the first half.
It really is, and I mean, I like this play from Penguin Sledding. I mean, like we said, when you have the pistols, I mean, you might as well try to do something a little bit more risky. There's not really much you can lose. There's only so much you can gain. I mean, they tried to go for that full aggression. Hazard tries to dash on through, tries to catch one of those players off guard to pick up a free weapon, but no, it will be Pugstars. They actually anticipate it. They read it very well in Penguin Sledding. They just weren't able to find the frags at all. But now this is going to be a big test, like we said, because there's going to be some Vandals, some Phantoms, even a Judge that's going to be on the server. So we'll have to see where that Judge will go. But it is Hazard, and he's been playing a lot towards B, but now he's making himself towards A. So they have a 3-2 setup, a little bit different than what we've seen so far here. And right now for Pugstars, they're not even committing at all to this A hit at all choice.
This is kind of one thing I was worried about, Laz, is that they would rely a little too heavily on the flash and dash style play, and now Penguin Sledding are getting absolutely, I don't know, judged by doing that over and over again. Pugstars read into it, and now they're going to have to change up the strats. They're going to have to do a little bit better here in these later rounds of the second half because they are falling behind, but there it is. Hazard getting a new gun in hand, takes down Derek. Oh, Laz, what is going on?
Oh no, it's just like watching a mouse go into a trap. I mean, even the trap Pugstars, they're just tempting these Penguin Sledding players. Just come on, just get the cheese. You know you want to, just get in the sight. But now it's down to a 2-2, but Derek still being able to just cause more havoc and more damage, and now Pugstars have put themselves at the 10th round. 3 rounds to go from taking this all the way to the finals. And Penguin Sledding, we need to see something very different from them. But right now, there's no money. You got nothing. What investments? You have no investments. So they're going to have to go for a gamble right now, Choice. But the question is, what do they want to do?
That is a good question. I feel like Penguin Sledding are going to have to play a little slower. They're going to have to really read into what Pugstars are doing. I mean, the last couple of rounds, Pugstars were going all A when they were flash and dashing B, and then last round when they were going all B, Penguin Sledding devoted a lot of resources on over to A, and that kind of killed them there at the beginning of the rounds. They allowed Pugstars to take a lot of ground, and that was kind of the death knell of that last round. So here it is, 10-6. Penguin Sledding with some knives out, hoping to get a couple of frags, steal a little bit of econ, and that's what I need to see from them, Laz.
We need to see something very different, and even now Hazard going to be playing right on the corner, but be able to find the one. Can he find the second? Yes, he's going to be able to. He's just a complete hazard here for the Pugstars, finding 2 frags early on, and that's exactly something they needed. They needed to find something. They needed somebody to get that opening frag, and that comes out very big. Nerf going to be able to find an easy one. The Omen on Omen battle will now pan out here for Pugstars. 4-on-3 situation, 2 ultimates still available. They have the Huntress Fury in the hands of the Sova. He could be able to find another frag. He's able to creep on through, breaking the glass, but is he going to be able to break the frag? Yes, Neural Theft going to be used now, creeping on through. We have an equalized 3-on-3 situation. Spike going to be in the fight, but it's going to be Rahante. He's just trying to hold things down as much as possible, but it's just a one-man army.
This is pretty crazy. I mean, Penguin Sledding have made a lot out of nothing, but it was, I mean, that ultimate was so huge from Rahante, and now he is going to be taken down. It's just 2 Pugstars left up against 3 Penguins, and now they have a little bit of utility. They are going to put the recon dart out there as fast as possible, waiting for the right moment to do it, but they are getting pushed up pretty heavily on, and now they're both flash pointed. This is really tough for the Pugstars. They're just playing time. Oh my goodness. What?
Woo! What on earth? Comes right down to the 1-on-1. That's a thrifty round from Penguin Sledding. And I mean, big hats off. Like I said, Hazard, he was able to find those 2 early on frags, and that really just made so much of an issue for Pugstars. I mean, he was just able to get so many good frags, and now they're going to be able to have enough money in the board that they can have rifles for themselves. But of course, Pugstars, they've been on a bit of a terror. So they have the op in hands of Denya. can he find those opening duels on this attacking side?
Woo! I mean, if anybody can, Denya can. We've seen it before. He could do it again, that's for sure. And so, pushing through A main. I mean, we have a nice split up from the Pugstars to try and probably get like some picks, maybe find out what people are aware. As much information as you can get. I mean, that's such an important piece of this game, is get that information, find out what person or what player is on what side, and once you do that, I mean, it gets a little bit easier. And Pugstars have been doing a fantastic job so far up against Penguin Sledding, but they're doing what I said, Laz. They're playing slower, way slower.
Yeah, they're really just kind of going in a coast right now. They're not really just hitting the gas like we said before. Moon trying to get something with this Hunter's Fury, trying to find an opening. It's going to be the lockdown used from the Killjoy as well, but it will be Hazard. He's able to get the back of the head and just be fragged. Now making it a 3-on-5 situation. The spike is going to be planted, so the Omen ult going to be used now, so it could be a big flank that could come in from this Omen. That's going to be very critical. This has to happen, but it'd be Bossy. Going to be throwing the showstopper, but no show is going to be stopped at all. And he's just creeping on. He's just not able to land these duels. And now all of a sudden it's nerfed for 2. Can he make it 3? No, it's going to be Hazard with the quad. And they come back 2 away from a tie game here.
Oh my gosh, that's Hazard's second 4K in a row. 2 rounds in a row with a 4K. I mean, that's what you want to see from your Jet main. We're seeing some crazy frags, Laz. This is what we needed to see from Penguin Sledding. Slow it down, not rely too heavily on the flash and dash, and really use your utility in a smart way, and that's what we're seeing. They're denying Pugstars the site. They're denying Pugstars a lot of ground, and that's what I wanted to see from Penguin Sledding, and they're showing it to me, and man, I love it, Laz. This is beautiful.
Yeah, Penguin Sledding seem to get a little bit of wind in their sails at this moment. A little bit of life. I mean, we were a little bit questioned, right? I mean, Pugstars, they were up 10-6, and now Penguin, they're creeping on through with 2 rounds in a row. We'll have to see if they can make this round as well. I mean, this is a bye round for here Pugstars, so if Penguin can pick up this round, there's a big chance that we can be at ourselves at a tie game. And it is a best of 1, so people that are unsure, this is the semifinal, so it isn't a BO3. So a lot is on the line here, but that's going to be the Rolling Thunder going to be used. But Denya, he's able to get into a good position. This is a very strong position. He might be able to just take these opponents down single-handedly. Finds the one looking for a little bit more, but they cross, and he's not able to find it because Hazard, he's just so much better.
Oh my goodness, the positioning was beautiful, and now it is a 3v2 situation. Penguin Sledding on top of it again. Rahante in a beautiful position. Hazard finally catches him out, but what is going on? He's missing some of his shots. He was too close. What a weird angle. You can't really help some of those angles, and now it's still 2v3. The spike still has not gone down. Rahante takes him down. My goodness, it is now a 1v2 in the matter of split seconds. Can Pugstars finish this one off?
What is going on? The Penguins, they're just confused. I'm not sure. A little bit dazed and confused. Ooh. I mean, they just put 2 players in the site, and they just gave their backs to those players from Pugstars, and now they were able to punish them. I think a little bit of miscommunication. I don't know if they thought they were out of the site, but it will go in favor for Pugstars, and things were looking so good for the Penguin squad. Money is very tight, so at this moment, they might just try to force things out for the last round. I mean, they were able to have a flawless round. Maybe they can do it again. And like you said, they need to do something a little bit different and play that little bit more aggro. Try to get some map control, really push back Pugstars.
Yeah, they're going to have to push them back indeed. I mean, they've done it before. We saw a thrifty round come out of Penguin Sledding, and it looks very convincing. They're going to have to do something like that again in this situation, but Pugstars knows it. Look how slow they're playing. I mean, Bossy kind of hanging out back towards their spawn almost, slowly peeking that angle, and now, once again, nerfed up on this high angle here, peeking it again, and they're going to force out onto Wine, onto the site, and this is exactly where they needed to be. And now Pugstars getting aggressive out onto the site. Now Flashpoint gets a couple of members of Pugstars, but Penguin Sledding is still on top here. It is a 5v4 situation. Now Denya is going to pick up another one, tying it up 4-4, and they now have Heaven control.
Denya playing very aggressive. No reason to, and that's exactly why. You're getting into close combat with those pistols. A second life here for the Breach. Just getting touched. You can breathe on him and he'll fall over. Will be Scrounging able to use this ultimate. He's going to be able to be in the back of Wine, but it will be the Cypher. And no, Jockey's not able to make things work, but it's just the blades being thrown. But Nerf, he's going to have to spray on through. It's a one-on-one. It's all just down. Can Penguin make this work? But yes, they will. The headshot. How does this happen from time and time again? Penguin sledding a thrifty round.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I guess just put some sheriffs in the hands of the Penguins and they're going to win a round. It doesn't matter what kind of guns you have on the other side. They're going to win. But this time, Laz, look at this. 4 ultimates on the side of Pugstars. I have a feeling we're going to see a big round from them here. They're trying to get it onto match point. They want to finish this off. They want the money. They want the grand finals. I mean, if they get there, that is money in their pocket, whether they win or lose the grand finals. That's what we need to see. We need to see them get aggressive with these ultimates. They're gonna maybe fish with the Hunter's Fury, or they might actually wait for the post plant to deny any sort of defuse.
With these ultimates, I mean, there's a lot that they can do. Like you said, all the options, all the deck of the cards for them. No ultimates available here for the defenders of Penguin Sledding, so they're going to have to rely on the utility and the fragging power. Even now, when that's actually going to be caught off guard a little bit, but Hazard gets the trade back, so we're back at a 4-4. Derek, he's going to be able to use this Hunter's Fury, so now they've been able to push on through. The vacancy of this site is going to be in their possession for the time being. Penguin Sledding, we push back a little bit more. The spike now going to get planted. First plan here for Pugstars. It's been a little bit rocky, but they can maybe bring things back. A lot of pressure here now.
A lot of pressure indeed. It looks like Pugstars are really desperate to finish off this matchup up against Penguin Sledding. They know that they're a force to be reckoned with, especially with these players, this roster that they have. Nerfed, finishing off Moon Blue, and there it is. They're on match point. Pugstars, they have 1 round to go to get into the grand finals here in the Valorant Sunday Showdown, and it seems like they really, really want it.
Pugstars using 2 of their ultimates, so they still have the Neural Theft. They have the Into the Shadows available for the Omen. Definitely makes it a little bit tricky for the Omen. You can use it for that information. We'll have to see if they have an interesting strat nerfed. But now, I mean, Penguin Sledding, they have a long road ahead of them. They're going to have to do something. They're going to have to come alive now if they want to keep things going. Match point going to be for Pugstars. Really just going to hold things back. But no, Penguin Sledding, they're going to be actually able to bring the fight to middle. A little bit of an interesting strategy, something we haven't seen from them yet. They try to bring that gunfight early on, and it works out very well. They have the player advantage slightly here,
I have the spike.
Very interesting decision from the Pugstars to go a different route. Maybe they were trying to just throw off Penguin Sledding after all these rounds of kind of running the same-ish strats. And then, you know, just to win it all, they wanted to kind of throw a wrench into what they were doing and into the mentals of Penguin Sledding. But this time, I mean, Scrounge was there to really deny that. Beautiful double kill, nice headshots from Scrounge. And now they're slow walking on over to the B site. And they're going to be met with Moon Blue and this Bucky.
This is a really good read from Pugstars because they know the Killjoy, typically from Penguin Sledding, likes to play at A, so they know there's not going to be a lot of utility available here at this B site. The Cypher making his way close on by. Moon Blue. How does that happen? He finds 2 frags. He's just holding the angle. I mean, he's just shooting. I don't even know what to say right now. Like, that doesn't happen ever, especially with that weapon. But Nerf, he finally makes the connection. It's all just down to him. A 1-on-3. The spike needs to be planted here. 16 seconds remaining. Nerf, he's just making these one-on-one duels. They need to be very, very careful, but they are going to be able to survive. They stem the bleeding a little bit longer here, Choice. 12-10.
Whew. That was looking scary for the Penguins there for a second. I mean, he was winning those one-on-ones like you were saying. I mean, and some of those shots were just so crisp. I got scared. I'm not going to lie. I got a little scared, Laz. But there it is. Penguin Sledding do keep themselves alive here, bring themselves up to double digits. And this actually could be a huge round for the Penguins. We've got all this utility being used from the Killjoy on the A site. You've got most of the members of Pugstars pushing through A main, and this might actually be a pretty tough take for the Pugstars, but we've seen him do it before. And here it is, a nice, oh my goodness, a nice headshot from Clint onto Nerf. That is a huge pick from the Penguin Sleddings, and now it is just a 5v4, and they're allowing them to have the site.
Yeah, Penguin Sledding are going to allow the full retake situation. Clint was close by, able to get that first frag. And now the Hunter's Fury going to be used. Showstopper going to be now used as well. Bossy doesn't actually land that frag before he falls to the grave. So Hazard, he's going to be able to take him down. 3 players remaining. Rolling Thunder now going to be used. These players, they might be caught in that crosshair, but Hazard creeping on through. He knows where one of the players are. He's going to keep on pushing. Cloudburst doesn't matter. He's just going to be running on through, but it's going to be Scrounge that's able to just scrounge up the round. And we're 1 round away here from a tie game going to overtime. It's all just down to the wire here, Choice. Can it get any better than this?
Oh, we're seeing a fire under the butts of Penguin Sledding, and that's what we need to see. The momentum is swinging in their favor right now. Pugstars, they're gonna have to put a stop to it, because I feel like if they do take it to overtime, Penguin Sledding could have that confidence in hand that will push them to the end, that will push them to the win. Pugstars are going to have to stomp that fire out now, right now. I mean, they have no other chance. This is it, Laz. You love to see it.
I mean, in Pugstars, they've been able to get these sites pretty easily, but really, like I mentioned before, it's these post-plan situations that just seem to be their demise, just not able to make it work in Penguin Sledding. They're just a little bit ahead. They're a couple steps ahead, and they have been able to figure things out. And even now, we can see Pugstars leaning really heavily on this A hit potentially again, but instead might try to split things up. Instead of just going for the full execute through A main, now they're going to try to split things up. A 3-2 split, potentially. Bossy, he was a big firepower on this first half. He needs to do something big as well. Being able to do a little bit of flashes. Clint again finds that opening duel, takes down the duelist of Denya. And this is a good start already. Penguin Sledding. My goodness, here, Choice. How does this happen? How does it get to this point?
Ooh, I don't know. Just sheer will. Sheer force of will. And that's what it takes to be a top competitor here in the Valorant Sunday Showdown on Valorant Esports. I mean, like, all of it. It takes a lot of guts, a lot of will, and here it is. The lockdown actually comes out. Derek! Oh my goodness! Gets a 3K almost instantaneously. Nerf, this is it! That's it! Pugstars have punched their ticket into the grand finals. They get some money in their pocket. My goodness, what a match!
How? How does it happen? Derek! Oh my god, he gets a 3K. I'm blown away. I have no idea. I don't even know what just happened. I mean, Derek, he was just like, you know what? I've been a little quiet today. I'll just take care of it, guys. Don't worry. I don't want to do overtime. I'm going to take this game. Pulls a 3K out of the hat. He's like, yeah, no problem. And I mean, they just flipped that round right at the last second.
Yeah, I don't even know. And I mean, that 3K was almost instantaneous. It just seemed like they must have just lined up for his gun. I mean, that's the only explanation that I have for it. They lined up and they just kind of ate the bullets from him. And let's look at this MVP, and there it is, Rahante with 23, 16, and 11 assists. I mean, he was holding down sites single-handedly, and that's what we needed to see from the Cypher on their side. I mean, what a beautiful play, what a beautiful game. Oh, you love to see it.
Yeah, Rahante really was doing a lot of good work in the early stages of the first half. I mean, just able to pick up a lot of information, a lot of frags. I mean, we can see it. 270 combat score. I mean, 11 assists. I mean, that's just filthy. I mean, that's just a big meal. But yeah, going to be the MVP for that game. But my goodness, Pugstars, they've been able to scrape their way and make it all the way to the finals. But definitely Penguin Sledding making it very difficult.
Oh, absolutely. I got to give a shout out to him, the breach on the side of Penguin Sledding. 17 assists. That's beautiful play right there. 17 assists. Well, there it is. They have punched their ticket into the grand finals. Pugstars, again, second week in a row. And now we're going to go to a little bit of a break before we jump into the grand finals between Pugstars and I don't know who yet, but we will get back to you right after this break.